Ready to uncover whether Killers of the Flower Moon lives up to the hype? In this review, we'll explore the book's strengths, some surprising twists, and yeah, even a few areas where it might fall short. Is it worth your time, or maybe better left on the shelf? Let's find out together. Welcome to Buy the Book. I've read thousands of books, and honestly, I've created a scoring method so you'll never waste time on overhyped titles with flashy covers but no substance. This channel is new, with only 6 subscribers, so help us grow. Every like and subscribe helps us fight against bad book choices. Don't gamble your time on a dud when we can help you find your next great read. Set in 1920s Oklahoma, Killers of the Flower Moon recounts the chilling and calculated murders of the Osage Nation, a community that became extraordinarily wealthy after oil was discovered on their land. This wealth, however, made them targets of a sinister plot that involved betrayal and greed at the highest levels. As members of the Osage were systematically killed, the newly formed FBI stepped in to investigate, uncovering a conspiracy that shook the foundations of justice. The story highlights both the resilience of the Osage people and the troubling gaps in the case that remain to this day. Through gripping research and first-hand accounts, the narrative sheds light on the enduring scars left behind by these tragic events. For those interested in true crime and history, this book provides a compelling and thought-provoking read. Written by David Grann, it's as much about the past as it is about what we choose to remember. The cover of Killers of the Flower Moon is intriguing but not particularly eye-catching. Featuring a sunset-like sky with a silhouetted oil derrick, it effectively reflects the book's themes of wealth and greed tied to the oil boom, yet the design feels somewhat dated. The muted color palette and reflective surface give it a classic, serious tone, but it doesn't stand out on a crowded shelf. With a score of 6, it's a functional cover that gets the job done, but won't have people stopping to admire it. It's unlikely anyone will ask about it when they see you holding it. David Grann earns an impressive author score of 8, reflecting his well-established career as a journalist and author. Known for his investigative approach, Grann's writing combines thorough research with storytelling, which really shines in Killers of the Flower Moon. His ability to present historical events in a gripping yet accessible way has solidified his reputation in nonfiction. With other acclaimed works like The Lost City of Z, Grann's journalistic background adds a layer of credibility and depth to the book, especially when he's uncovering the complexities of the Osage murders. This score reflects his significant contributions to both literature and historical awareness. The length of Killers of the Flower Moon scores a 7, striking a balance between being thorough and engaging. At just over 300 pages, the book does a solid job of covering the historical events, the Osage murders, and the FBI's investigation without dragging. However, there were moments where the pacing felt slightly uneven. Some sections could have been tighter, while others, like the modern-day interviews with Osage descendants, could have been expanded for greater depth. Overall, the length works well for most readers, but honestly, a few extra pages to explore unanswered questions might have made it even stronger. With an addictiveness score of 7, Killers of the Flower Moon does a solid job of keeping readers hooked, though it may not have everyone racing to finish in one sitting. David Grann's short, punchy writing style keeps the momentum going, especially during the tense moments of the investigation. Many chapters end on cliffhangers, making it hard to put the book down. However, the journalistic tone might feel a bit dry at times, especially for readers who prefer more emotional or immersive storytelling. It's engaging enough to keep you flipping pages, but it won't necessarily have you starting over the moment you finish. The historical accuracy of Killers of the Flower Moon scores a 6, reflecting a mixed but respectable effort in capturing the events of the 1920s Osage murders. While David Grann's extensive research and reliance on primary sources add credibility, some readers may find the narrative slightly lacking in addressing all the unanswered questions surrounding the crimes. For example, the book highlights gaps in the FBI's investigation and leaves lingering doubts about the true extent of the conspiracy. This transparency about unresolved aspects is a double-edged sword. It's thought-provoking but may leave history enthusiasts craving more definitive answers. A solid score, but room for improvement. Blink and you might miss it. The all-new Kindle. Lighter than a paperback, brighter than ever. Thousands of books, one incredibly light device. Your library, lighter than ever. Click on the link in the description below and get one. Calculating the final score for Killers of the Flower Moon took effort, but we kept it simple by averaging the individual scores. Based on its strengths and weaknesses, the book's final score is 6.8. This reflects a mix of strong storytelling by David Grann and areas that felt less impactful, such as the cover design and some unresolved historical questions. Grann's journalistic expertise shined in his detailed recounting of the Osage murders, earning high praise for the author and addictiveness scores. However, the historical accuracy left a little to be desired, with unanswered questions that felt frustrating rather than intriguing. While the length struck a decent balance, some sections felt unevenly paced. Compared to Goodreads' 8.5 rating, our score is more cautious, reflecting both the book's achievements and its shortcomings. What do you think? Share your personal score in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. If Killers of the Flower Moon piqued your curiosity, why not grab a copy and dive into the mystery yourself? Use the link in the description to get the book and join the conversation in the comments. Agree or disagree with our score? Let us know your thoughts. Until next time.